Working in the lab late one night, my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
Happy Halloween, bitches!
Aye, happy Halloween, bitches. That's a tune. Welcome to the horror podcast.
Horror cast.
Horror cast. Right, so that's enough. I can't tell what that shit song.
That tinny noise brought to you by Colin's phone.
You're welcome, folks. Samsung.
So here we are.
The choice of a broken generation. Aye, so how's it going, guys?
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
I'm not asking all these because they can't answer, you fucking pork.
That's funny, and I answered for them. I hope you're all drunk.
Yay, like we're about to be.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Happy Halloweens.
Yep.
It's like one of those things where, like, you know, like sitcoms and EastEnders and all that kind of stuff, where they kind of have to.
It's been filmed about 4 months in advance.
They've got to all be merry at Christmas. That's exactly what popped in my head. And I thought, now we're pretending.
When they're getting home for their Easter fucking holidays.
Exactly. That must be really fucking weird for actors. Like, yeah, so we're just having to pretend it's all. Well, it is kind of spooky in here. It's always spooky in here.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with it.
That's got nothing to do. That's
all me.
That's the town in this room in particular.
It's rapiness.
So there you go.
I suppose I should start by apologising, because I think we said in the last podcast we'd have 0 feedback on tonight. Due to my own cock-up, they're going to be on the next podcast.
Soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
I think we might have some punk nonsense lined up as well for someone who's involved in NHC, but there's not.
But we'll talk about that later. That is something that's kind of happened later on, isn't it?
That's a TBC moment.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
We've all been inoculated.
Ebola again. We're back to Ebola.
Hey!
Oh, no.
I'm actually going to Africa. On the 2nd of November.
Playing a game of chicken with Ebola, that's what it's for.
No, I just thought, check it out first hand, you know. NHC, fucking, go the newscast.
So while you're
I'm going
in
to
Africa?
Tunisia. No, I'm going to Tunisia.
Aye?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so.
Tunisia. Oh,
Yeah, it's the one, yeah.
Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Is that for the Star Wars links, or...?
No, it's for the copious amounts of free alcohol, because I've got a all-inclusive deal. It was really cheap.
Happy days.
That's why I'm going there, aye.
Superb.
I know, like, my missus is like, why did we get such a cheap deal? It's like, because they're all dying. That's basically how that's happening. Like, fucking, we're going to ground zero for fucking Ebola. That's why it's cheap, darling.
Fucking hell.
But we should be fine, though. You know what I mean?
Full body condoms, that's just...
Aye, well, I've got them on. I'm actually wearing mine now under my... I'm keeping it on under my skin.
Slippery.
Yeah.
Oh, under your skin.
Yeah. I've got a zip at the back.
Skin dom. Ugh.
It's like a Hellraiser
Tastes
costume.
like daddy.
Oh, it tastes
no.
like daddy.
Feels like shame.
Oh.
But yeah, so I'm going on holiday. Fucking yes.
That'd be good.
Happy days.
That'd be good, getting ready for a while.
I know. I was thinking that. Maybe forever. Maybe
Enjoy your screening and enjoy your anal cavity search when you return to the airport.
Well, that's part of the fun. Really.
That's the only reason you went for the holiday.
It's alright, son. Put your whole hand up there. A Hond? What's a Hond?
Your whole
It's like half a bike.
Oh my god. So there we are.
James,
In other music news.
yeah. James, tell
That's
us.
fucking news to me, damn it.
No, it's
I'll be
news.
listening to podcasts and stuff online. Isn't it?
Our podcast?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I want to know exactly how amazing we are.
I thought we knew that. Anyway,
Always.
tell us about your jaunt to London, James.
Of course, NME. Yeah, well,
Tell us about how you won.
yeah, I won copious amounts of free booze.
Yeah.
And I've still got some in the house that we stole.
Yay!
But they know we stole it, it's fine. It was the fucking weirdest
That's
night
not
ever.
stealing, that's been given beer.
That has been given beer. It was actually stupid rosy wine, that's the only problem.
Ah.
No, it's not even, it can't even decide whether it wants to be red or white, it's got to be in the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got the average wine. But
So you're not well when you're checking your poo. It's like you're not quite sure why is that colour.
Should it be
Should it be
purple?
this side? Is it supposed to be furry?
It's got eyes. Teeth.
Aye.
Well, that's sweet corn. Right,
yeah.
so it was good. It was a good. How the fuck do you segue back into that? Right, positive again. It was really good, and to be honest, I think it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Even though I wasn't a quote unquote winner, thing was there wasn't that many winners. It was
Everyone won, really.
That's kind of the spin of it, really.
Nobody wins with NME.
No, exactly. The thing is, the editor is the editor was the kind of the compere for the awards sort of ceremony part. He kind of disappeared for most of it. I think
There was a guy in the Beyonce t-shirt.
He's a really nervous guy. What was that noise?
Fucking hell. Did you like a cock in the background? Jesus Christ.
We're getting the party started.
Insinuating why he disappeared.
That was it.
Oh, right, okay. No, I get
Very
it.
well done. Very well done.
We just thought you were having a hemorrhage or something.
I know.
That as well, aye.
Just tearing some paper for the sake of it.
It's crazy that way.
Check for holes in your trousers.
Just in general.
Just in general. But he was a really nervous guy, and he was the guy that was announcing the awards. So he was kind of standing there shaking, like he had wee notes in front of him and stuff. And I was kind of like, this guy, what's the deal? Why did you choose him of all people to do it?
It's like, it's the NME. I'm sure they could have got somebody in.
I mean, there was only about 40 folk in the room, and most of them were the guests. Now, this is the other
I'm
funny
pretty sure
part.
Axl Rose isn't busy as well.
So the funny part
was Axl Rose.
One of the funny parts, he just shaved himself for the occasion.
I think Nature's doing that for him.
Nature's doing that. Well, no, Nature's actually probably adding a lot to him these days. Like he's. What's that funny meme like? Welcome to the jungle. We've got lots of cake. It's funny. Oh, it's funny.
It's funny because it's true.
He actually said what the guy's name was. I forget his name. I spoke to him and all that. Shook his hand, and I've totally forgotten his name. But he
Was it the Queen?
It was the Queen. That guy.
Oh, she's tweeting now. The bint.
She's actually
what?
Queen? No,
Queen?
she's not.
She's not her.
She'll be relaying it over the phone.
Might not be hard, but it's been built.
What does it say? Hashtag purr.
Aye. I bet you like the other side of the stamp, you dirty bastards.
That's the quote of all the podcasts.
Oh no, I feel sick
hell.
and turned on all at once.
Poor Queenie. Fuck her. I was one.
That could be the quote.
Right.
Poor Queenie, fuck her.
This definitely will be our last podcast then.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Buckingham Palace is one place we didn't go to. Pretty much every other place in London.
It's a wee bit out, and why the fuck would you want to go and see
Well,
a
it's not
big
really.
house?
It's right next to. It's not far from Victoria Station.
Why would you want to
where
see a house from behind a fence?
No, I know. Well, it was down the road from the bus station, but we just thought, do you know what? Fuck it. No, can't be bothered. Beer is more important. So beer is more important. We went to fucking all these different pubs everywhere. Now, exactly. But this is the thing, right? See, when you go to London, you go to Witherspoons or loads of places, the prices are pretty much the same as here. London is not expensive unless you make it expensive for yourself.
Sorry, that just fucking moved.
What did?
Don't point at me when you're saying that.
The music stand
He's
just
pointing at it in
moved.
his crotch.
No, honestly, the music stand just fucking moved. That's fucking scary.
Nothing moved it though. Don't be Colin, shut up.
Stop.
I swear to you, that
There's
fucking
nothing
moved.
touching it.
Stop putting
That
that.
is fucking scary. It was the top of it rattled. It was genuinely. Unless maybe somebody slammed a door at there or something.
Oh, maybe.
I mean,
that's actually.
I love it that all the non-believers in the room are like, "Fuck shit, there's ghosts." I've been wrong for fucking years.
They're throwing their laptops and their phones
swapping
away.
for Bibles.
Did you go to the bar that Chris Renfrew recommended? I can't think it's fucking name now.
Fuck, it was the
Pound lap dances.
Flying Scotsman or
Flying
something.
Scotsman,
That's the
that
one.
was it.
Now,
I mean-
probably wasn't going to be a good choice with Claire being there, but you know, killjoy that she is. But you know.
Fucking
It was good fun. Where did we go? It was actually really. Do you know what's kind of funny? The first pub we go to was selling Brewdog on tap, which is bizarre. Which is kind
fun.
of and they were out of stock. Which I didn't buy it because it was $4.80. So that was expensive.
And you couldn't because it was a stock. Ooh,
Colin's popular on his phone.
I know.
But I mean, the whole day was good fun and like.
your family. What?
And it was Jamie. Pardon me. That'll be the beer. But the actual NME building, it's right next to the Tate Gallery, Tate Modern,
right.
which is, you know, it's a kind of nice bit of London. It's Southwark district, and it's quite nice. I was calling it Southwark, like a fucking commoner. Right, we're getting this tube to Southwark, and it's like, the next stop is Southwark. I was like, oh shit. Thank you, train lady.
Thank you, automated crazy lady.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh, oops. Thank you, and asked for directions. Like, here, where's Southwark? Oh, fucking
pal.
Scottish fucking clown. So,
Of course I voted no.
So,
please don't stab me.
but it's,
Oh, how many times were you asked what way you voted?
I think, once, and do you know what? I wasn't even there. Claire got asked. I went to the toilet in a pub, and it was by an American, and he was behind us. He was like, "Oh, I'm so gutted and all that," and he was, "Oh, King." Has anyone ever a band called King?
No.
It was a Scottish band. He said he saw in London on his trip, and he said, "Hey, you gotta check out King, they're from Glasgow. And I was like, alright, and blah blah blah, they're on tour right now.
So
and
good they named them twice.
Aye, King, I think that's what he said. Lovely guy. So he asked us about independence, but I was in the toilet at the time, so Claire got the brunt of that, and luckily it wasn't a case of, some English cunt saying,
Jock should know your place.
yeah, no, he was like, oh, we were all rooting for you and it's a shame, blah blah blah.
Except
Obviously,
the ones except your fucking president.
I know, but except your fucking leader, yeah.
You know what Bacchus is going, you totally shat it.
Aye, totally. But,
What fucks me off, you know what I mean?
What,
I mean, when you stay together, like you're better than
laundry,
blah blah
the
blah,
laundry bills.
and then like they're like fucking. What were you doing the 4th of fucking? You know what I mean? July. You arsehole. Who the fuck are you to tell us about independence?
Aye.
I know. But then again, this would be the same as it'd be the same as our independence. Hundreds of years from now, it wouldn't really. It would be the same thing. People then couldn't really comment on it.
King seemed to be quite a big band.
I don't even think it'll be hundreds of years.
Is it that kind of way where it's? Oh, it's not. No, definitely not hundreds of years. Is it like, is King the kind of thing where they're big in the sense that that's why we wouldn't have heard them because they are quite well known?
No, they're big in the sense that they've paid for likes.
Oh, do you reckon that's what it is?
No, I don't know. They look dead Scottish, so I'd imagine they would like kilts and stuff.
He said, I swear, I'm sure he said
they're playing big venues, not genuinely.
I'm sure he said in London when he saw them, John Mayer joined them on stage for a song.
It's like
they're a kind of bluesy band.
That's exactly what it's on. It's like John Mayer's.
Yeah,
like
there you go.
I'd be more interested if John Major.
John Major, yeah, with his grey face, like spitting image. It's a shame.
I'm not feeling it.
No, I think they're too Scottish now. Yeah,
like
that guy hit the jackpot when he met us.
It's like having 2 eye patches. One eye patch is kind of cool, you like Snake Plissken. 2 eye patches, you're blind and you're a dickhead. It's just basically it doesn't work. Okay.
The governor.
So more about NME.
So in the building itself, right, when we got there, it is a pretty. It's literally like how. That thing like the Matrix, the big scene at the end where they all fight. That kind of big. It was a fight, basically. No, it wasn't a fight. No, but
it was a fight. No, it wasn't a fight. Did this happen? Did any of this happen?
I was going to say, like, when I say the Matrix, I'm only saying it because of the kind of building it is. I wasn't thinking it wasn't a gunfight that started. With we were jumping around, fucking off the walls and stuff,
killing each other.
But you went in and it's your atypical, massive, complex, like high posh, big reception area. Gated sort of community, but you have to, proper like go to the front of the queue, get your pass. It was all glass.
Go to the front of the queue so we can fucking judge you.
Basically, that's what it felt like, and they were like looking for our names, and I was like, "Yep." And I thought, here we go. This will be typical. Like, we're not going to be on the
wrong James Mackenzie.
We're not on the list. My name's spelled with 1 letter differently, so I won't get in. But on the
James with a Y.
Completely oppositely, what happened was my name was on the list, but they asked for Claire's name as well. So I said her name, and she's like, "Oh, it's not on here." And I was like, "Oh, it could be +1." Then she went, "Oh, well, of course, right." So
how'd you go?
She just gave her a random pass. It was like Stephanie Faulkner or something.
What?
So I was.
Isn't she the singer? I'm joking.
No, but I was kind of like, what kind of weird security? Imagine you go in this. We're
the airport, for instance.
We're after hours in a really sort of swanky building that's basically Time Magazine. It owns it because it's all their different magazine corporations. And she's just wandering about with a different name. She could do whatever the fuck she likes and she wouldn't be identified. And it's one of these where, what's the point of all this security?
Honestly, I'd have been full on fucking 24 mode. I'd have been doing shit.
But so we got in, and the first thing that got handed is a Tenants. And Tenants Black. Have you guys heard of this?
Yeah.
Only because I did the Tenants tour.
See, I
knew about it as well.
It's the same strength as the Export, but I don't know if that's what
was it nice though?
It's what they call the Export abroad rather than calling it Export.
It's just funny because it's the black logo of the tea, and above it says Black Tea, so it just sounds funny. I'm having some black tea. But that was it, and I thought, why would you get this in for it?
Welcome to a racist corner.
I was literally thinking this, like, fuck up a racist corner back then.
It was nice in the sense it was free.
Yeah.
And have you ever had that beer called Dead Crow?
Yes.
The rum
it's good.
Yep.
Bourbon or
that's
something.
nice, by the way.
They had that for free as well, so I was just basically going between the two.
Yeah, so how wrecked were you then?
Oh, absolutely fuckled.
Fuckled.
Buckle-fuckled. It was
Stop tongue.
Buckle-fuckle. Higgle-piggle.
Higgle-piggle. Tiggle-siggle.
Literally did nothing. We just went in and started drinking, and that was it. It was like an art gallery. All the pictures were on the wall, and there was like sort of the descriptions.
That's cool, man.
Underneath each one, so you get the typical sort of everyone you knew who was another sort of artist, photographer, whatever, looking at each picture, going, "Is this better than mine? You know, it was that snooty looking thing, and then they done the award ceremony, gave it everyone their cameras and did the commend. I was a highly commended portrait and all that shit.
That's cool, man.
So much so that I was so important that they actually didn't print my certificate off. So I'm going to have to get sent it through the post.
You're fucking joking.
Aye, they get pictures taken.
It's because you're from Scotland. That's what it is.
So everyone on stage, and they're on stage, and I was like, "Where's my certificate?" And it was like, "Oh, we forgot to print it." Fuck you!
Imagine you get one for Claire's pseudonym.
Stephanie Faulkner. Oh my god,
Mrs. Faulkner.
But I did a video interview with Amateur Photographer magazine, and that goes on NME magazine as well.
That's cool, man.
So it's pretty cool. So it's a 5-minute interview, and we just talk pish again. Like, is this a band you follow? How do you know this band? And I went, mate, the band split up 5 years ago. I don't know. This is a really old
wrecked.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm drunk. Black tea. Spring break
weekend. Yeah. Mardi Gras.
That was it. So we stole a few things actually. We nicked a sticker thing off the wall, which was like, it's basically the logo they had for the awards. You know those big vinyl stickers?
They just come off.
We just ripped it off.
They come off usually with the wall
in the bag. Aye, so that was a way. Bottle of rosy wine. And it was good fun.
To be fair, this podcast probably now has more money and followers than NME, so you're alright.
Aye, that's true.
But looking at their office and their workings,
and they seem to be doing just fine.
They seem to be doing just. It's Time magazine after all, so it's kind of like they've got the big boys looking after them.
Oh, these pyramid offices have this like that brilliant facade.
Aye, I know. The office itself is probably the worst place to work though, because every floor is like
glass.
No, but it's glass,
see-through,
and it's identical.
That's just so the women know their place in the workplace.
And but the thing is, it's like
sexist corner.
The only thing that differentiates any different level in that building is like they've just got like classic covers on the walls and stuff, and that's it. The offices are just cardboard fucking segregated bits. You know, a usual call centre. It looks awful. It's like, well, you could be working anywhere, so I mean, they're probably on quite a good salary and stuff, but fuck it.
Still though, aye.
But there you go.
Oh, thanks for that. That's that magic.
Delicious.
That's that fucking dream ruined.
I don't think anyone had a magic dream of NME anyway, to be honest. It's probably not as cool as Rolling Stone in America. Although I don't know how well that'd be doing. It probably is doing pretty well, but I mean, it's not as cool as it once was, I reckon.
Once done a phone interview with them years and years and years ago. For the Colin band.
For what?
For a whole band. Like fucking. What? It's about literally 20 years ago. Like fuck.
You're full of stories.
Yeah, it was shit. The guy was just like, not. You could tell that the guy was literally just not interested. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just a shit.
Well, work is hard.
What? I
think getting a listener's really cranked.
It was kind of like it was one of those.
He was just bashing one out as he was talking to you on the phone.
No, it wasn't even. Do you know? It wasn't even that interesting. There you go. It was like the guy. It was basically just kind of like, yeah, okay, and so the phone interview was shit. It was just it was like you're running the mill.
How long did it last for?
Literally about fucking 10 minutes. I thought it was
longer than I can last.
Shit, man. Aye, that's true. It was, it was kind of getting to that point where it was like a generic question. It was like literally just, here's a list of 10 questions that I ask every single fucking person I phone on a daily basis. It was just,
it's on my lap.
It was like, you're a dick. It's just basically a conveyor belt.
Fuck's sake. So it was like a kind of
just
like
shit.
He could have been asking 10 folk after the same.
Yeah, definitely. It was like an interview, but like for a job rather than a fucking like. Like I don't think he's pure.
You're ruining that magic now as well.
So if you could be a colour, what colour would you be?
What colour?
Unicorn.
What's your favourite biscuit?
Jam.
A jam biscuit. Spread jam on your hand.
Just
jam. Lick it off.
It's my favourite biscuit. What's your favourite colour? 12.
11.
Ham. My favourite colour is ham.
Favourite colour. Can carry all the way to potato.
The two classics. So what we're basically saying is NME is shit, and so is Rolling Stone, right?
Pretty much, aye.
Fuck them.
The only place you can trust is our podcast.
Yep.
The only place you can trust.
And we fucking hate everyone.
We're safe here.
Yeah, like we treat everybody with the same fucking contempt. Don't worry about that. Right, let's go on music news then. Actually, before we do anything, Sonic Highways, how was it? I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, have you guys seen Sonic Highways yet?
No, not
episode
yet.
1. Episode 2 is going to be
because I heard that we were keeping it and we were going to watch it in here and we were going to blitz it. Remember that? Right, so anyway,
I cannot not watch an hour-long slab of great telly.
I wasn't.
So I've already given away that it was great.
I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't.
Are you getting on with Game of Thrones?
one thing.
I'm just joking.
One thing at a time.
I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't particularly thrilled with the first song for the
Yeah, I was the
Sonic
same,
Highways.
man. I wasn't blown away.
I
with
really sort of...
No.
Are they trying to be cool by not having a chorus?
I know what you mean.
There's some really cool riffs in there, but when you get 3 guitars, in fact there was 4 guitars on that
it.
song.
I was reading a bit about how that song was written, though, and he was struggling writing it.
Right, well, again, here's the thing.
I would have picked that as my first single
It
then.
makes...
No, that's the thing.
well...
But another one launched last night after it being shown in America.
No, right, here's the thing. It's completely turned on its head from what I thought they were doing. The way they're doing it is it's because I think every song is essentially a single. Because it's the order they recorded.
So do you think they're going to release it every single episode?
Because
that's clever.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. I was totally on board with what Anthony was saying about the song until I watched the episode. I'm not saying I'll now love the song. I understand the mythology behind it now, because it's literally Chicago was the first place they went to, and it's the first song they wrote. So they're going to do like a video, I think, in every studio or whatever, or nearby. I guess some studios will really do it, and that one is a lovely studio. That's
I actually quite liked the video.
That's
I know you
Albini's studio.
I thought the video was clever. What with the lyrics?
Oh, the lyrics. I think they might do
Leave that idea a while ago.
What I was going to say is that lyric thing. The reason you start to kind of go, choruses, whatever, it's because the lyrics are basically
from the interview,
excerpts from all the different interviews he conducts.
Right.
So
it's interesting then.
He is writing the song, but he's taking the lines, and it's fucking phenomenal.
But then that almost is forced in a way.
It is, and
what for David Bowie though?
And I think
he's a cop.
But I don't mean that. I don't mean that. But he wrote. That's how he wrote like a lot of his first albums. He literally just took snippets from papers.
I think the problem was that song. We're behind the Sonic Highways thing. If you only watched the episode before hearing the song and then heard the song, I think you'll enjoy the songs more. So that's why I've not listened to this new song.
So it was like
yet.
A build up as to why we wrote this, how we got there, and then here's the song.
The last 5 minutes is a song.
That's pretty cool.
Because it's the guitarist from Cheap Trick on there, and you see him writing the guitar
He's
part.
fucking good, man.
Honestly, the episode is fantastic because it's
what night is it on BBC 4?
Oh, it's 26, I think it starts.
Right, so it's not started yet then?
It's still quite far behind. It's tomorrow night.
Wow.
So we're actually about a week behind.
I knew it was tomorrow night, actually I'm looking forward to it.
So I'm basically going to watch it as much as I can on the American streams that I find.
Because the second one aired Thursday night, possibly even, it's just aired, because that's why...
I think it was last night then, maybe.
That's why the second song's now online.
That's right. So that'll be it, Friday night then, so yeah, every Saturday.
I'm pretty sure I'll check it on the internet channel.
If anything, what I would say do is just try and avoid the song until you watch the episode.
Right.
I now understand what they're going for, because they talk about the whole Chicago, like all the venues burnt down and stuff, and it's like it's a city on fire. Because it's Steve Albini that talks about like, there was, there was that what was the venue called? Something's like, I think that burned down, and it shows you like stock footage. It may be one or two of them of the actual venue, but
it's like all the places have just gone.
Then the 303 club opened, and I think
Chicago was always
that burnt down. it's just like every grunge, every kind of punk club that opened in Chicago got fucking arsoned.
It's like Chicago's got big mob sort of links as well, though, doesn't it? Right back to fucking Al Capone and stuff like that. So
it's like prohibition and stuff like that.
A successful club probably won't last long if it's for a rival.
But I'm loving the idea of it. The idea of the show is perfect.
Clever,
it's
really
perfect.
Clever.
He did say he was going to do it in a way that no one's ever done it before. So
the Chicago thing, Steve Albini talks about the recording of In Utero, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And you get to see a couple of like unseen videos from Dave Grohl talking.
That's probably one of my favourite albums of all time.
So Sonic Highways makes a lot more sense when you listen to the song after you watch the episode. Because there's one thing I was going to say as well. One of the cool things about the Chicago one was it goes into the blues as well.
Oh, awesome.
The real history of it. And you kind of think, like, at the start, you kind of go, is he going to go proper, like, this is it for, like, it's like every decade almost in depth, but he doesn't do that. It jumps about. So
that's cool.
He takes references, and you might go, all of a sudden we're back in the new song getting recorded in the studio, and then it goes back to the 60s talking about some blues thing, but it's all because that little comment that somebody makes triggers a bit of
a bridge or whatever.
Exactly, and it's great. So if that's one show, it's probably as good as in one episode as Back and Forth was in one film.
Wow.
So there's going to be fucking 8 of these or whatever, and you're like,
that's absolutely phenomenal.
Wait to bring it on, man.
I do really like that sort of. I can't like vocalise it, but the sort of
you're going to make us as a podcast.
The guitar bit. See that sort of dun 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 dun. It's just fucking aye. It's just catchy.
That's cool. I
mean, it's annoying though. It took them 4 guitars to do that, but at the same time, it works. But then the rest of the song, I'll need to watch it.
And what I was saying before about Steve Albini, the main thing I was going to say is they focus a lot on how he's a dick.
Awesome.
There's actually a lot. I don't want to ruin the episode. I mean, there's a lot, and it totally crams in more than you can imagine in an hour. It's unbelievable. But they talk about him being like the oddball in the industry because he kind of pissed a lot of people off. And at some point, I think it's Pat Smear or somebody says there's probably not a person in Chicago in the industry that hasn't fucking punched him at some point. But what's incredible?
Can you imagine Pat Smear being annoyed at anything?
I know, he's so laid back.
Such a nice guy.
He just smiles constantly. And he does
There's a couple of good stories about him, but wait and come back to him.
I know, definitely. I think as well, the thing that's good about a show is the fact that in these episodes, because there is a lot of focus on them in the studio, you're getting to know
just the Dave Grohl fucking show.
Exactly, you're finding it a lot more at the band as well.
Aye, so suddenly like Chris and Co have a personality.
Chris is there's a cool bit of
his band's fantastic.
The recording of the guitar solo in that song's
really
interesting.
Chris Shiflett and I can't think of their name now, but it's really bluesy stuff. It's really good though.
Cool, I've never heard it.
He rips the most amazing solo in that song, and you can see him record it, and the way they record it with Butch Viggs there, and they do a whole thing where they kind of go, we want the feedback, and it's how they get the feedback happening, and it's really cool.
I like Butch Viggs, he's a cool guy, man.
But it's like Steve Albini basically sort of, he started off pestering bands in Chicago and sort of kind of going like, I'm annoyed that I'm not in a band, but he loved all the bands and he loved the punk scene and all that. So eventually he gathered his sort of favourite, he sort of got his favourites and sort of went, right, you're going to start a band with me, and they did, and that became whatever the fuck they were, I can't remember. Whatever. Obviously, I don't think Steve Albini's a good musician. He's a great producer and engineer, but I don't think he's necessarily a sort of great performer, but he's a punk guy. He makes a lot of noise. He got himself a good name, started recording bands, of course, started recording in Utero for Nirvana, and
that's going to propel you in it.
Now that propelled him in only one sense. I mean, they actually talk in quite a lot of depth about this as well. He's actually quite skint.
Really?
He's very, very skint, and he's very open, and they kind of go a bit mushy about it in the thing, and but you do feel for the guy because Dave Grohl, it's basically because of his stubbornness, but his Albini's stubbornness in being nice, because producers and engineers take points usually on albums, so you might, I don't know what your point is. Say you take 10 points, it might mean you make 5%
of that album sale.
Whatever, something like that.
Which is clever.
He never, and has, and will never, he says, take points on anything.
Wow. Does he just take a flat fee then?
He takes a flat, small fee on the album recording because he's like, what would I do? I mean, it's like a fucking plumber. It's not like you said a plumber, yeah man, good job on the plumbing. He's not going to come back in 10 years and go, hey, the house is still standing. I should get a cut of that.
That's quite, I mean,
it makes sense, but he's the only fucking guy in the industry that does it, that's working at the top level. Now here's what blows my mind. The studio electrical audio which he records it off, which is the studio in the video where they recorded something from nothing, and it's basically expensive as fuck. It opened in the mid-90s, just after in Utero. I think maybe he put a bit of money in that. It's opened in the mid-90s. It's a very nice studio, all brickwork and all that, really nicely done.
But like in here?
Oh yes, exactly, nicely, yes, exactly. He did a bit of wallpapering himself, and it looks fantastic. Obviously, it's still going. It's been going for 20 years, and it costs him basically to break even a month. All his expenses and everything else included is 30 grand. He needs to make, come hell or high water, and that's pretty much, that's verbatim. He says, come hell or high water, I need to make $1 grand a day.
Wow.
And this is him not taking points, remember? So he's got to
maybe it's time he reevaluates.
See, you're almost talking like...
Dave Grohl says... He's a fucking idiot. Like he's like, yeah, man, he could have been set up, but just God knows.
But that's it. Just off it in Utero, he could have been made for life.
Oh, he would have been not necessarily made for life, but that would have paid his rent every month.
Yeah, exactly.
Or bought his house or whatever, so he's still basically he doesn't own anything right now, basically, because he can't.
That's a shame, man.
Steve fucking Albini, do you know what I mean? When you watch it, so again, I won't ruin it too much, but watch it. It's good. It's really fucking good. It's an eye opener, and I hope everyone's going to have an eye opening situation like that as well.
Yeah, totally.
I reckon it will, because everyone seems to open up to Dave Grohl quite a lot.
Because he's trustworthy.
Totally, yeah. And again, he's conducting the interviews.
Like I said this a long time ago, and I think you agreed with me and stuff. I was like, he is definitely, if not the most important person in music at the moment. right across every genre, he is the most important person.
Absolutely.
He's a spokesman.
Even if you don't realise it.
Yeah,
folk
definitely.
don't even realise
thing
it.
is, as well, he's smart enough to realise that how important dance is, or how.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like he's going to go, it's just about rock, or it's
No, definitely, it's not. No, it's the thing. Well, I think that documentary kind of proves that. He's going back to blues roots of things. He's going back to all the roots of where the music came from.
Chicago, I think, was picked as well because it was where he went to his first ever gig.
Right, wow. Even though he's from Washington, which is where the second episode is.
He went to, because his cousin lives there. And his cousin, this woman, I can't remember her name, she's in it, and she talks about taking him to his first ever gig. Go for it, go for it. The fake punk. It's called Robber, and it's got swag. What does it say? It says...
It's quite deliciously hoppy. Hops.
Oh no! Oh, it is swag Robber. There's also a green one in there, but I'm having that now since you both had one. But fantastic. So yeah, Sonic Highways for me. It's pretty much everything I hoped it would be so far. Good. And you can never usually say that about anything. Again, we'll go back to the whole song thing later on. I think if you watch the episodes, I think it will make more sense. I did think, is that it? When I heard that song at first, but it totally makes more sense because you go, there's that quote the guy done, he's twisted, and it makes the lyrics. And again, it could be a case of, is that a lazy idea?
That's smart. It just ties everything in.
You can see the
don't think it's lazy. I think it forces the song.
It forces the song, definitely.
But
well,
then, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's debatable.
I think they had music. He wrote the words to the music because you see them kind of jamming the song in a very sort of finished state. Could be the magic of telly. It could be a case of they were there.
Well, no, because I think they did say
a week rather than.
So it looks like they're there for a day, but they're probably not just there for a day.
When they got best international group or whatever it was at the Brits, I'm sure. In fact, it wasn't. It was the Brits before that. I think they did say, so you've got. Is it Back and Forth? The album was called. It wasn't Back and Forth. What was it called? Sorry, Wasting Light.
Wasting Light. So,
before that came out, you've got Wasting Light coming out. He's like, we've pretty much got the next album lined up after that. I've got my passion back for the Foo Fighters because obviously before Greatest Hits, that kind of era was like, I don't know if I've got my passion for it.
I mean, but I went and done a lot of cool stuff as well.
Aye.
And then Creative Vultures and that stuff.
That's when they did Sound City and stuff like that as well, wasn't it? So.
That's what they start talking in this Chicago episode about as well, because the opening thing he says, we were basically sat there after Wasting Light and sort of went,
where the fuck do we go from here?
What do we do? We've done quite a unique thing in our sense, in our career. Where do we go? He's like, this is the only way we can continue to keep it interesting is to go, fuck it, let's just go back to all the cool, the Sonic Highways of America.
It's good to see though, they're getting
I hate that they've done all the cool shit.
It's brilliant.
Stop stealing all the good ideas.
They're at the level now in America where they are here. They're doing baseball stadiums and stuff like that, whereas before they were probably, that's bigger scale, but they were doing arenas where it was 10, 15,000.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Whereas now they're doing stadiums where it's 50, 60, which is the level they're at in Britain and Europe probably.
Yeah.
That Wembley show a few years back was insane.
I wasn't there.
I think that took them by surprise though.
Yeah, you even see him walking on stage, you're just like, fuck.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's just like, I can't remember, was it Best of You or Everlong? One of them where he pretty much just breaks down, you're like...
Yep.
As soon as he's like, I got another confession to make, you just see him just like, fucking hell, man. Because the whole plate, 60,000 people singing that back to you. You're going to be like, fuck.
It would almost be like a fucking it'd be like an assault in your fucking senses.
I think he gets that sort of, the couple of times I've seen him, he seems to get that moment at some point in the gig where he goes, fucking hell, I'm living a dream.
Oh, aye.
Still.
Aye, so like the fact
I was in Nirvana, by the way.
The fact that's the thing.
As if that doesn't matter.
That's what I was going to say. The good thing is about it. Sorry, welcome to Fooscast.
But then even Scream, they were a big deal when he was with them.
Aye.
True enough, aye.
They had no money, but they were a big deal.
Well, I'm thinking at it as well. Is like you got to understand, like he was living in the shadow of Nirvana as well. People don't realise that was it was a blessing as it opened doors for him, but it was a curse because people were also slamming doors.
Oh, even still, some folk will go, he's a drummer for Nirvana rather
than a guy who's got fucking 8 albums out, 7 albums
out.
For
me now, he's the Foos guy who happened to be Nirvana. I'm not going to kid myself. Nirvana was lucky in a way. They actually weren't like the most talented band as a whole, but they had a thing at the time that worked. That wouldn't work.
Does Huxtable say they had a thing?
There's a thing. It's controversial. I think he's a better songwriter than
Huxtable News coming up soon.
Aye.
I know that's quite controversial, but I would say he's a better songwriter than Cobain.
Absolutely.
It's difficult though because...
he's been alive longer to practice.
Well, yeah, as we say, it's difficult because he's got a bigger body of work than Cobain.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's thrown more shit at the wall and better stuff is stuck,
I don't know what, but he's thinking about it, like, I'm neutral, like, lyrically, musically, that's a good album.
That's
a really good album. Like, so... if that was the last thing it could be done, then what the fuck was it? What was good? Because they were splitting up. They were done after that. So what would he have done solo? That's what you got to think. But again,
he says in that documentary, he says, we came back from recording that album, and it was like the label went,
the fuck is this? What have you done?
Are you fucking? This is a follow-up to Nevermind. Are you fucking kidding me? And they're like, we looked at each other and thought, that's exactly the reaction we wanted. Yes, Dave. Yes, Dave. It's funny because there's a bit in the documentary where he's like, it's unseen footage from a camcorder that I think Steve Albini's filming, and they're outside this studio that he was recording at the time, wherever it was that he recorded it, and it's all icicles hanging down like 10 foot, and Dave's got a fucking 26-inch ride cymbal like, hi, I'm Dave Grohl, the drummer for Nirvana, and this is extreme something, I think he just, extreme drumming, and they're launching the cymbal to break the icicles. Dave's fucking like, why have I never seen this before? Yeah, it's fucking
I've got the Nirvana box set, the limited edition thing.
Oh, the silver?
Yeah. I've got that, and there's some really good footage on that. In fact, I need to bring that up.
You're right. That new old
that's
song.
That's a great tune,
It's a brilliant song. That came out when we first got Kerrang, Sky Digital in the house, back, 2002 or 1 or whatever it was, and that was one of the first videos that had been new, and I was like, this is like discovering Nirvana all over again.
There's a few tunes on it that I've never been sort of heard before. They're really good. They're actually really good.
I've got it in the house, but
that's
do you know
cool.
what? Shame I've probably never listened to the whole thing.
Yeah,
there's a lot in it. There's a lot in it, but
like, this is obviously hypothetical, but you think if they came out now,
Kurt Cobain's alive? What?
They would still be big. If no one had heard of Nirvana, because obviously there's...
because
it's hard to quantify because there's a whole urban...
But they wouldn't, if they were coming out now, it would probably be a different genre, a different type of music. Every generation will have that band that comes out. Every single generation.
It's like a quantum dilemma. Yeah. They wouldn't be the band now because they would be growing up differently.
There's certain things that kind of transcend generations, and there's a reason, as much as I'm not a massive fan, things like the Beatles are still listened to and the Stones are still listened to. I think Nirvana in 30, 40 years' time, folk will still be listening to Nirvana because that sort of teen angst.
I never get away.
I think it's like the Beatles. The Beatles were essentially they started pop music.
Yeah.
So they will always be regarded as the kings of the pop music in that sense. So they'll have like
even though the Hollies were arguably a better band.
Well, that's the thing. The Hollies,
some folk will say like Motown and stuff like that.
Bands like that will still be discovered in 50 years because of the Beatles, just like we discover them now. And I think Nirvana's, because of their sort of just luck in the timing of it, that's what it is, because Nirvana had a lot of shit songs as well. There's a lot of filler.
What band doesn't?
Well, obviously they do, I know, but it's the fact that you can't ever look at bands as being too demigod, they've all got flaws.
Definitely, aye.
So it's all about, if you just happen to be lucky at the time, Oasis coined this sort of sound of that generation, even though they weren't really the first to sound
even though
like
they kind of ripped off a bit of the Jam and the Smiths and stuff like that.
Everything. They were written, the Beatles, even Nirvana in parts, they were written off. Their B-sides, they had some fucking kind of grunge stuff on there and stuff. You're like, what? It just happens that way, so it's luck. I think it's a lot to do with luck.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, aye.
Not so much luck. There's going to be bands.
What would you say this generation sort of...
Well, that's something else I kind of thought about talking about. I don't know if there is one, because there was this sort of thing that came out this week that in America there's not been a platinum selling artist yet this year.
Wow.
I thought you meant ever. I was like, what?
And then the biggest selling 6 albums in Britain this year, 5 of them came out last year and 1 of them came out in 2012.
Wow.
Also, it's like resurgence.
So because people aren't buying music in the same way, is that why bands like Royal Blood and stuff like that have been able to create a niche and do well? When, for talking sake, they would be the kind of band that will sell out live, but might not have sold so many albums because there's this sort of gap of nothingness in the market almost. No, that's not a dig at Royal Blood.
That's actually quite interesting. Like when you think about figures like that, you think, wow, because that's the backbone of the industry.
Yeah, I mean, because I think platinum in America is something like 1 million. That's not that big when you think of how many people live in America.
I would have said,
don't get me.
Breakout artist, I'd say this year is definitely, like last year I'd said it was Churches. Like for
and even then, they're not that big when you think about it.
I mean, like as a breakout
Speaking of
surprise.
$1 million, I'm sure Biffy are only just over $1 million mark.
Yeah.
And you think, well, they're massive, surely.
They're not 5 albums, and they're
only just over $1 million album sales. It's weird.
Which could bring us into our next.
I was going to say, it popped in my head because.
Oh yeah, Biffy, the fucking rider. Have you seen that? It was for what was it for?
It's not as extravagant as people are making out.
It's not that extreme. Really.
It's not that extreme, but at the same time,
you've got to remember that's not them. It's writing that. That's their management.
The thing is,
people forget.
Biffy have got to be awarded certain liberties nowadays because back, obviously we'll talk
But
about...
this is 2012, wasn't it? It was for Download 2012.
2012 and Rock Nest, because they headlined those two things that year. In fact, no, they didn't headline Rock Nest, did they? It was... or did they?
They definitely didn't headline Download that year. I think they were second top or something like that.
They weren't even headliners, right? Well, still, I mean, they're still big pools for festivals.
Yeah, definitely.
They are, aye, but is 40 Showers... I know there's reasons for it.
See, when you visualise it, I think when you read a rider, that's a weird thing to say. When you read the words on a page, essentially,
of a
rider, or anything. I think you ever done this where you've kind of tried to write an explanation?
I'm aware of books, yeah.
No, but you write an explanation or something to someone. Like, look at...
it's a bit like the Brown M&M's thing for Van Halen. There was a legitimate reason for that.
Well, that's kind
was it comedy?
But that is kind of comedy, and there are... I tell you what...
Yeah, but their reason for that was, if you can't pay attention to something that stupid, how will you pay attention to a lighting and sound request?
Well, here's the thing...
No, I'm sorry, but I think that's a lie, though, from their point of view.
No, I'll tell you what, Biffy... this is what I was saying. The reason I think it's quite cool, and I'm behind Biffy and taking the piss with riders, is the fact that, because I know a lot about the past riders, they used to have, way back from, I'd imagine, maybe second album onwards, and again, it was information from bands I know, they requested a red crayon Crayola
for the same reason, because it's something that obscure that if you don't notice that stupid thing,
they might have only been the only things they could have been asking for other than that were shower facilities full stop, a crate of beer, water, sandwiches, fresh fruit, and a red crayon. And they thought, well, if you can notice the red, and they got it 9 times out of 10, you know, so it's kind of like, well, there you go, that's fine.
But that's there is legitimate reasons for sort of outlandish things, because it will be that thing.
You've got a family right as well coming with you. You've also got your family, right, but that aside, you've got your road crew. Do you know what I mean? You've got your lighting rigs. There's probably 80 people there.
Their road crew's a lot now.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say was, when you read stuff that's written down, like instructions, like look at an instruction manual for like a DVD player or a computer game, like a console, it always says...
I've always wondered
step
about
1,
why
2,
I
3,
got
4, 5, 6,
my new Blu-ray player. I was like, what the fuck's this blue crayon doing here?
I got a blue cray.
Yeah.
But
thanks.
Things look like elaborate. You explain something to someone how to do something over the phone, like, you change it to AV1 and do... But see if you were there, you'd go, done. Yeah. Things look more elaborate written down than they actually are. Definitely. So I think that's what kind of is with riders as well.
I think
if you saw Biffy's rider in front of you with the space and the stuff, you'd kind of go, it's a couple of cabins.
Well, prime example of that is
it's not much.
When you're in a band and you get an email from whatever venue, say Tuts email you, so, right, what's your stage layout? And you go, right, it's like, stage right, guitar, stage left.
Guaranteed their stage tech thing is massive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you think about it like that as well. It's basically an instruction manual for where the sound guy knows you're going to be.
Yeah,
you know
but
admittedly,
and
what you need to make your music.
If you look at that, the fact that Broken the Papers, if you look at that for the person who isn't in a band and all that kind of stuff, they're going to go, those Ponzi pricks.
Of course they are. But I think that shows...
that shows more about the ignorance of people that aren't in the industry.
I think that kind of...
I don't know if that's ignorance or much is the fact that they don't get to make demands in their place of work. They have to come in...
Yeah, but
I wouldn't look at it as ignorance.
Their place of work needs either. If you work in telesales, your place of work, you need a computer screen, a desk, and a fucking.
But they don't get to demand that though.
One thing I'll say though to sort of trump that, the point of that is, bands are making their employers as such, like DF, money.
Yeah,
they're making them more money than they're spending.
The happier you are at your work, the more productive you are.
I wouldn't disagree with that. But
Biffy are essentially bringing in them, say, £1 million in sales. So it's kind of like, it might cost them $250,000 to fulfill
definitely.
Not even $250,000.
It's nowhere near that.
But the reason's kind of funny is, I remember a story, and I did mention this on Facebook when I was talking to someone when they posted that rider request, and it's kind of funny when I heard about that, one of their older requests, it was a gig in England, and this is going back. It was actually Jordan from Huxtable that told me this about. This must have been about. It's a good thing because Jordan's friends with Adam, who's there.
We'll be busy with them. Well, not tonight, but.
We'll
tonight,
be busy under the covers.
We're recording.
We'll be doing a hang with them.
But the story was really funny. It was a gig I was playing one night, and Jordan was along helping out, and word got on to talking about riders at some point, and then he said, by the way, last year it was, and I think at this time you're talking about 2004, 2005,
right.
So this was quite early in Biffy sort of starting to get a bit emerging a little bit.
Yeah.
First, second album. And they played a gig in England, and at this point they were basically just sort of taking any sort of decent gig that was coming, because it was like,
it's exposure, isn't it?
Exposure. In England they were still playing to pretty much no one. They were lucky to get crowds, so it was like, okay, this is a really good deal. They were getting paid money. It was a say 500 sort of capacity venue. I thought, this is really nice. Yeah, this is quite big. The guy's guaranteed some good supports, all the rest of it. It turns out, when he sent the rider over, the guy was getting confused, and he's like, "What's this?"
What's that, bro?
He's like, "No, he's getting confused." Full stop.
What's crack cocaine?
I know. But then, this is exactly it. He thought, I went, okay. They're thinking, right, this is. See, Biffy's crew at this time is like the band plus 3.
Mate.
So there's 6 of them on the road, say, and it's kind of like, right, well, this gig's a bit odd. The guy's a bit, the language he's using a bit strange. So he got there, and he kind of got there, and the guy was like a 16-year-old kid who'd booked the gig himself because he was a fan, right?
Wow.
He didn't understand that when they said he didn't understand what the rider was. He thought, oh, that's just their wish list almost. It was basically nothing. It was just sandwiches of gourmet meats, nothing like really budget meat, just nice meat, nice sandwiches basically. Blah, blah,
something to come off the fucking bus.
Just
your dinner.
Something, right? Didn't even ask for hot dinner. In fact, it was a couple of hot dinners plus a tray of sandwiches, whatever. So they got off the bus and there was nothing. There was not even a dressing room, nothing like that. And the guy went, "All right, I didn't realise I had to give you that." And then the ball dropped and they went, "We're playing a gig put on by a kid." So the wee guy was kind of cornered by the tour manager, I think it was, and kind of went, "Right, listen, I'm not fucking about here. We've been on the road for days." Oh yeah, who knows? But the funny part of the story was the guy sort of was like, "Right, I can get you food." He's like, "Right, we want to eat within the hour. So I mean, honestly, mate, we're not pissing about here. We're really sorry, but we signed a contract here. You signed it. It's fine." He said, "Okay." He came back. The boy's mum turned up. She's like, "Guys, I heard there was a problem. I've made you all sandwiches." She made the sandwiches at home.
That's pretty cool, though.
But I think they laughed it off at that point and went, "Do you know what, guys?
What's his fucking place?"
And they played. It was a kind of half-empty hall, I think, but maybe 100 folk. But they played it, and it was like fair play.
Well,
the wee kid done so. He'll still tell that story now and go,
"I booked Biffy.
I booked Biffy. They're playing Tea in the Park headline, and fuck yous all."
Talking of riders and stuff, I think. Sorry to turn this back to Foo Fighters.
All the ones with big tits. We're talking about bands, right?
I thought he was going to talk about fucking Happy Mondays.
The Foo Fighters, I think, before their last, possibly New Zealand tour or something like that, publicised their rider. And it was like...
That was brilliant.
Yeah, it was done with drawings of like, foods they liked and stuff like that. And it was that sort of thing. And as you kind of say, and as we've all agreed, it isn't just about them, it's about the crew. And that's kind of what they emphasise. They're like, our crew...
Theirs is several pages.
Our crew,
many
our
pages.
crew are putting up the stage and blah, 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 blah. We can go and eat at a restaurant. They can't because they've got to be here for 12 hours to put up and take it down.
Totally.
Have you seen Metallica's one? It's on that website that has
Metallica, bless them.
No, Metallica's is phenomenal, and it was like, this is probably around
the years back.
This is probably about the, what do you call it, St. Anger kind of tour. So I mean, it was probably it's probably been elaborate. But what I'm thinking is
really good.
Not even as much as that. It's the fact that
was this in their wanky period when they were suing Napster then?
Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah. But the thing is, it's more about the fact that a band this big always asks this kind of stuff. But because it's Metallica, they were so specific on this thing. Do you know that each, and I'm not even kidding, and if anyone listening is, go and check this out, it is 100% legit, they actually request on their tours, possibly not every single date, but they request on their big arena tours that backstage they each have a room for each member that is kitted out like their own front rooms.
Wow.
Fuck off.
No, that is serious. And it's in the fucking thing. It even lists all the furniture, where it gets fucking placed, the fucking direction of it, all that, and it's basically...
That is not a different level. That's just stupid. That's nonsense.
You guys are in
the cost of the ride.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that Foo Fighters one that you mentioned. That's on the website.
I think they put it out themselves though as well.
They all get listed on this one website. Iggy Pop's is one of the most phenomenal pieces of literature you'll ever read. It's phenomenal.
Apparently when they were first big, was it the Who's? Theirs was a new snooker table and like football or something on TV.
With some children for the guitarist.
The darkness was absinthe and fruit smoothies.
Thought we forgot, didn't we?
Mixed together. Absinthe smoothies.
I can't even, and obviously like you have the extremes like Mariah Carey who was a fresh puppy and all that bullshit.
He sacrificed me just before going on stage.
That's how I can hit the high notes.
Drink the blood so I can stay young.
Fucking hell, it's not working.
J-Lo's was like everything had to be white or something like that, and all that kind of. And Paul McCartney.
Wait a minute.
That's why Ben Affleck had to go.
Yes,
taco.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Taco burrito.
Taco flavoured kisses.
Fucking hell.
Taco.
I'm dying.
So
I can tell that we're all starting to get drunk now.
Yeah.
Though. This is happening here.
Oh, see.
So there is legitimate reasons for riders. Remember those chocolate chews?
Chocolate chokes.
Aye, there is legitimate reasons for riders to be sort of outlandish, and it is that sort of thing of A, what can we get away with, but B, we've got proper safety concerns. So if you don't notice something this stupid, but you guys have been in bands, how far would you push it? Just
as far as I fucking can.
Well, one of the best riders we
laugh.
got. We never necessarily asked for this. It was all the misery. No, we never requested things on this rider. We played a gig in Studio 24 in Edinburgh, which is a fantastic venue.
Yeah.
Really nice venue. It's kind of like the sort of.
It does have a lot of good write-ups for bands that play it even now.
Great bands have played it as well.
It's kind of. It's kind of like their Tuts in a way almost. It's kind of a really nice venue with good sound.
You know you're going to be treated alright.
Oh, definitely. And the guy that put the gig on was it was us supporting a band who are actually they're still doing really well. And the guy before it, the guy
Custer Mackenzie hasn't struck there yet.
No, definitely not. What's the band called?
The Mackenzie Curse.
Future of the Left, Welsh band. And the guy's band before that was really big as well. I forget, but Future of the Left are still going. In fact, Carnivores are very similar to Future of the Left, and Kenny Leckie's a very big fan.
Whether he knows it or not.
We were supporting them that night, and it was a case of like, oh yeah, we're just going to turn up. We turned up, we unloaded the van, we got all the gear out, and we took all our own backline, and we were the first support. Who was the other band? Degrassi.
I remember them.
They were main support. They were the bands. The Bob.
Always liked that name.
Bob, the bass player, was the guy that used to be in Idlewild during up to 100 Broken Windows period. Yeah. So we thought this is going to be a really good gig, and it was a really good gig. We turned into the fucking dressing room, and it was like, right, here's your dressing room, and we only shared it with Degrassi. I think Future to the Left had a different room, and I shit you not, I can't remember this guy's name. I've got a feeling it was Dan Schmitz. Fair play to you if that's who it is. I'm pretty sure.
Got the Schmitz.
Dan Schmitz. Guy from Edinburgh. And it was like, we turned in and he'd brought his own Xbox and his own TV, plugged up an Xbox for like FIFA and stuff like that.
Fantastic.
Beanbag chairs and stuff like that. I think he brought them himself. Again, he was playing the promoter properly, making sure that
good on him.
There were separate fridges. We all had beers, fruit, sandwiches, crisps, all this kind of stuff, with individual band names on each bottle.
Oh, that's amazing.
Not only that, it was our own fucking band logo on each bottle.
That's cool.
It was Beck's. He went for good bottles of beer.
See, I really hope he's still doing gigs and stuff like that.
He's not. I don't think he is.
Amazing.
Did he bankrupted himself?
He probably fucking did. Banks probably broke his back.
Bankrupted himself trying to fucking, because he's stolen his Xboxes up people's houses. He's actually in jail now.
He's in the bar.
But I swear to fuck, man, honestly, walking into that venue, we just kind of went, this
is
the
best
really
rider
nice.
I ever, and it wasn't even technically a rider, it was just a kind of random. I was just turned 17, 18. It was one of my first ever gigs.
The first beer.
No, it really was. And it was my mum and dad went to gig around, and it was like, that's how long ago it was. It was a place in Paisley called it's Sound.
The back alley.
It burnt down. Like it was just, it was
Chicago.
Yeah, it was like Chicago, eh? But I wish David was here. He could tell you stories probably. But basically what happened was, it was just before Davy's 18th birthday. Now you know what? So I was just turned 18, and they literally gave us and our families free reign at the bar. Just do what you want, guys. It's fine. Got us in pizzas and stuff like that.
I mean, you just had this?
Not literally.
Free love and all.
No, really. It got to the point. I was getting behind the bar, right, and pouring my mum, like my dad, like pints and stuff like that. And I was giving my mum just juice and things. It was ridiculous. But we must have cost them about $1,000 easily behind that bar. It was fucking ridiculous. We were stealing. We actually stole bits of optics and stuff like that. It was like. It got fucking ridiculous. It was really mental.
That sounds a bit Blues Brothers.
Is this wee guy? I fucking can't remember his name. He's an Indian guy. He used to put gigs on, and he actually went to jail because it was a big. Something happened and
immigrant smuggling.
No, it was.
Did they kill a band thinking it was you guys for robbing them?
No, he took the fall for it. It was like it was quite a famous studio in Paisley. I fucking can't remember the life of me. I'll come back to me.
No, what they say now is Brick Lane or something like that, isn't it?
Oh no, it's like this place is long gone now. But like the place was the place was pretty much owned by like really shady gangster guys, and we didn't know this. We didn't know this at the time. No, but we really didn't know. We were totally young, didn't have a clue, anything like that. And went in there, holy fuck, man. Apparently there was like a raid about 3 nights after we played, and they literally were pulling drugs at the fucking walls. It was done up like
Club
that.
69 supposed to be like that, actually, in Paisley.
Well, it was like
Club 69, well, it's got the name to suit.
it was done up like Cavern, upstairs, not in this place. It was
right.
place was awesome, honestly.
When you say Cavern, you mean Liverpool
Yeah,
place?
it was done up like that. It was amazing. All the bricks, apparently bricks are all fucking, like, it was like brickwork, but you could pull them out, and apparently there was drugs behind them and stuff. And then the wee guy, it was a really nice wee guy, he took the fall for it. And then, funnily enough, the place burnt down
He
about
was made
a
to take
week
the fall
later.
for it?
Basically, yeah, he was told, yeah, you're fucking get down for us.
Who's the least important in the
He
food
used to always
chain?
go, he used to always go, I was like, hey, these are my guys, not my guys. We'd be like, fucking, what? Like, then we see him,
My
like, he's like,
guys.
yeah, it looks like he's always reeking a hash. He was just this fucking stoner. But obviously the only reason they kept him around is because they're like, we might need him to tap off or something. Do you know what I mean? It's
This
like,
guy doesn't know
fuck's
what day
sake.
of the week it is. He'll say aye.
Pretty much, that's kind of what happened, yeah. You say, like, you guys have paid already? And we're like, yes, we have. Like, fucking hadn't paid, so we used to get like free practicing and stuff like that. I'm like, this guy's a fucking idiot. This is before there was like, you could just go anywhere and practice. Like, there was nowhere to play. Like, see, when we were younger, there was literally, it wasn't like places like this, do you know what I mean? Like, the SoundShape stuff like that. It was like, it was nothing. It's fucking shit. I had to travel, like, Clydebank and Paisley and things like that in Glasgow.
Places like Paisley have only got like only one studio and it's crap.
Yeah.
It's I'm not going to actually. I can't say that. I don't even know. That's the beer talking. I can't even say that. It's crap though.
The only one I know of is Brick Lane, but there's a lot of properties I know that bands sort of rent in Paisley.
Was it Red Eye as well in Clydebank? I used to go there as well.
Red Door. There's Red Door Recordings. I don't know if that's the same as Red Eye.
I thought it was the same place.
What about Jabs Eye?
Jabs Eye.
That's
Oh
something
no,
completely
Red Eye. It's Red Eye and it's Red Door Recordings.
Right, okay.
Right.
It's where Phoenix Gene record.
Oh yeah, that's right, Phoenix Gene.
They're recording right now, actually.
Yeah, they're recording just now, man. Hi guys. They're yeah, go check them out. Actually, older guys, but they're kind of cool. Man. Quite punky and stuff. You'd like them.
Changing the subject ever so
Yeah, do
slightly.
that.
What do you think about? Well, it's still almost news. It's a couple of weeks old now, probably by the time this airs. But what do you think about Zane Lowe re-recording the Drive soundtrack?
Is that what's
He's got Simon Neil,
Simon
the
Neil's doing
1975 and stuff like that are doing songs. He's
Churches.
comparing
The churches?
The churches.
The churches.
the churches.
I wondered why
The
Simon Neil was on
churches.
that fucking picture on the drive car.
So they're doing.
Like,
I don't know if
fuck's
they're redoing the
Right,
entire
I
soundtrack.
seen that. I was
or-
like, the fuck's going on with
That's
that?
exactly what I
I
thought.
think he's reimagined the soundtrack and like the.
Do you know what?
band's
That's a
gonna
fucking phenomenal
It's
soundtrack.
a cool idea. It's a good soundtrack as well, yeah.
Aye.
What do you mean? Tilt head to the left high. Isn't.
I'm not sure I agree or not.
That's the boost talking about.
That's-
Fucking why I fight you? I know you're a fucking giant, but why fight you?
Do you know what? Really confused me with that was the fact that when I seen that Simon Neil picture, it said it had like a name for him. He's not on it as Simon Neil. It's like, and
Dickhead.
I thought he'd got a new solo
Beard
project.
Fissy.
Beard for say. It's Beard for say. Damn it.
I wonder actually though if is that an excuse to bring back Mama Juk Juk? Come on, Simon.
That
do
is
it.
good.
And this is exactly what somebody said in the comment in the picture.
Oh shit, was it me? ...
I miss Marmaduke Jug. Marmaduke were fucking brilliant.
They were.
Did you
Just
see them?
Funky Homes
Did you
awesome.
see them at the art school?
No.
I missed it. I missed it as well.
That
I
was a
gutted.
fucking belter of a gig.
To be fair though, the guy from Sucho Pero that was in Mama Juk Juk, I can't think of his name, is now
Dragon.
doing
JP
medals
Reid.
who are
JP
going
Reid.
like they're kind of building up a bit of steam.
So Sucho's kind of dead then.
I don't know if it's dead or if he's went and done another project because he's like just seems to be
Played with him a few times back in the
No,
day.
I think that's what it is. Because to be fair, Sucho, right, and that's a whole thing we've never talked about. They were always like the poor man's Biffy.
Aye.
felt-
Oh,
And
definitely.
Do you know
I
what?
will put that out there as a fucking statement to
They
take
were
to the
good
grave.
though, I mean, to
they
be fair.
were good, but they were not Biffy.
They were not
and they
one of
tried to be Biffy.
Do you know what? It was weird though. I remember when they were out at first and they didn't.
We
Was it
played
real like that? It was a kind of weird one.
Tempercam played gigs and we nearly got in a fight with them because their old bass player was a cock ring. Absolute bell
I always
end.
liked their drummer.
Oh,
Drummer's a nice guy.
What's his name? Fucking lovely guy.
Yeah.
And
Kinda heavy guy.
what a phenomenal.
Aye.
No, not heavy guy, skinny, muscly
No,
guy.
who's the guy?
You're not thinking the same guy.
I'm
then.
not thinking the same guy.
No,
There's a guy in the band
drummer's
who's
a
kind of
good
heavy
guy.
set. It was really nice. I can't remember his fucking
None
name.
of them really. The guitarist, maybe? That's not Dragon?
Maybe I can't mind.
Oh, yeah, it must be him then. Because
Aye.
there's two guitarists.
He's
then-
really genuinely nice guy. Because he came up as like we used to play like quite a lot. With him just happened to be on the usual fucking typical Strawberry Fields thing. You know what I mean? When you played, it was like
Oh, if you
you
go back
get-
that far, it must have only been
It
the
was
guitarist then.
it was literally just fucking. You're playing with this band. They sound nothing like us. Aye, but you know, it'll be fine. Not one. What the fuck? Just put the same genre of bands on. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking mess. It's kind of one of them. Where they're talking Oasis fucking band. as well. There was literally a guy that night playing acoustic versions of Oasis songs. We're like, what the fuck is this? Then we would go on, and then fucking Sucio Pero, and then there was like another 4 bands after that. It was just ridiculous. You're like, this didn't make any sense. Cause I'm pretty sure we probably knew you guys
bad
back then.
lineups with fucking random bands.
So
one of the
bad.
worst things, and we've talked about that as one of the faux pas of promotion in Glasgow, especially. Like, why put on a fucking acoustic act, then an indie band, then a metal band, then a dance band? Fuck off! Like, you know, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
It's alright. Our podcast next week with Zero Feedback will probably have all that kind of genre.
Of course, well, that's it. In a podcast,
I'm gutted I'm missing that, man.
Not a gig, because see, when you're attracting crowds to a gig, that's different. Because if you're putting a gig on, it's not a festival.
Yep.
So it's like there's nowhere for you to go. So you've got your metalheads, right? So I'll tell you what, this is probably a good time as any to mention last night's gig at Grand Hall, Kilmarnock.
Or a week ago.
Oh fuck! So
it was a charity gig, wasn't it?
So it was charity, right? Charity slash. What kind of charity? Doesn't, I mean, I'm not going to slag this off because Huxtable were way behind the whole charity thing, and obviously Fatherson were as well.
How did you find Fatherson?
I'll get to that.
They were on the stage.
They played.
You can find them pretty easily.
They were there. You can follow the noise. Basically, the gig was put on by choices.org, and I'm sure what they do is great.
What kind of charity are they?
I have no idea. It
sounds like it should be like a. You can say no to sex, honest kids.
But what I gathered was that's what I thought it was.
Just because they work for the BBC doesn't mean you have to do what they say.
Just because you got didgeridoo doesn't mean you need to shove it up your ass. Oh shit, that's too much.
Welcome to the NHC podcast. We're sick.
Fucking we're in what do we call it? Getting something corner.
Bestiality? Oh,
no.
Beast. Celebrity Beast.
Celebrity Beast! Oh, it's racist corner, right? Celebrity Beast. Right, that was one for Celebrity Beast. Anyway, take Rolf's didgeridoo out your ass for a second. Right, basically...
Twist it sideways, lube it up good and proper, and...
ride it home. Oh, it's all going peak.
We've broken each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but not in this podcast. Wait,
I really want to get through this train of thought first, though, right? Oh, God. Right. I thought the gig was a great idea. It brought people into a gig for free, and it was a youth organisation that's to do with... Their official quote is something like, to empower teenagers to believe in their own potential or some bullshit. I'm not saying they're
your dreams are meant to nothing, kids.
I'm not saying what they're doing is bullshit. I just mean it's the same spiel, right?
Aye.
They're doing the same thing, right? It's one of those, everyone knows what they are, that kind of organisation for youngsters. Now that's cool. You can walk up to a gig. We were actually sort of, ticket holders, but without having the tickets on us. Jordan had the tickets, Jordan from Huxtable. We walked to the door. The funniest thing was there was 3 guys in the choices.org t-shirts. Like, hi guys, have you get tickets for tonight's show? And I went, not on us, no, but okay, here you go then. And they just gave us tickets. And I went, oh, that's the best gig ever. Like,
awesome.
They just gave us tickets at the door. So I was like, okay, cool. In we went, that was it. There's a couple of security guys did the usual check your bags for, bring any booze, any drugs. Well, I don't know why I'm English, but,
Why are you doing this to us?
But, then you walk in and you realise, there's no alcohol at this gig. Great.
Oh, no.
But no, don't worry.
Because it's about teens making positive choices.
Don't worry, you can buy kids. No, you can buy,
Hi, Maddie.
Can drink children.
You can buy Iron Brew and Coke and stuff for £1.50.
Ooh.
What?
Unbelievable, I know.
That's how much it was at the gig I went there.
Licorice all sorts were on offer for 50p.
So you basically get fucked up on sugar then?
So you're getting sugar one way or another.
Bertie, you bastard.
Bertie, you filthmonger.
But, the gig...
Chew my innards.
The gig, the venue's good, obviously. We spoke a bit earlier off air about how Darkness, Kasabian have played there and stuff. There's big names go through it. Well, Kasabian anyway. And,
I'll go and cry in the corner.
You do that, you fucking Darkness freak.
That has to be one of us.
Fucking the most racist fucking song ever.
So the point about the whole lineup thing, they'd obviously just went, right, okay, we need to fill the slot for the band, so they put on this band. I'm not going to slag them off, they're young guys. One of the guys, I swear, was about 3 feet tall, and he's not a dwarf.
The fuck are you trying to say?
He was a
We
child.
prefer the term little people.
Well, not when you're trying to play guitar and it's actually dragging across the floor. Then you start to feel
That's what
sorry
I'm
for
like with my balls. It's a horrible, horrible affliction I have.
guitar balls.
Guitar balls, aye.
They were called No Guts, No Glory. and they were every bit as
What an original
angry,
name.
every bit as angry and loud and nonsense as you'd imagine. They played a Rage Against the Machine cover last, right? And they basically he screamed it rather than
Did his voice break mid-song?
Oh,
says me that's got a voice like a hermaphrodite, but
it's awful. Like they broke their parents' hearts that night, I think.
Oh no!
But no, I mean it's fair enough. The
Daddy's not proud of you anymore, James.
I know. Well, do you know what? There was a lot of
Daddy loves you more
There was a
than
lot
Mummy
of grannies.
does.
There was a lot of grannies at the gig. A lot of old people,
Brilliant.
which was clearly
To be
very
fair, though,
Stain started that way, and look at them now.
That's true. Truly are on the outside.
Oh dear God!
Somewhere in the backstage,
If only because of the fact you've brought Fred Durst into my mind.
somewhere backstage,
Good, stay there.
there was
you
a dad
fucker.
done up like Tony Hadley saying, "You've got to sing, I've got this kid."
Tony Hadley.
Ah no! Wait, where are we in that project?
What was this guy? You know what that was? What were they called again?
Stained.
No, the guy.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
The band.
The fucking band.
For Stirling. Oh,
They said
yeah.
the wrong name. The mum spelled it wrong in the patches.
Aye, shite.
No, because remember we found them on Facebook. We never talked about the fact that we stalkingly, weirdly found these guys.
And what a wank that was.
Now 30 on Facebook.
Aye.
In fact, no, they're only at 24.
We need to get them back together and try and get into a session.
What were
in
they
here.
called? It doesn't matter.
Hatred! That's the one! Hatred!
I bet it was like Hatred or
I
something.
was like,
Hatred.
Hagrid! You're a
Hatred.
wizard, Harry.
You're
You're a metalhead.
a musician, Harry.
What was I talking about? I don't even know.
You were going to tell us
Mechanical
about
Grand Hall, right, so
Grand
they
Hall.
played, right, and then on came Huxtable. Now, Huxtable had a fucking brilliant crowd for them.
Brilliant.
They sang every word as far as I
Wow.
could hear over it. Until...
Was it you and Emily?
I was just being Emily and Claire just standing there like, hey! But this is a fucking massive venue that holds nearly 1,000 people, that has got a fantastic light show going on, fantastic PA system going on, and the only hijinks of the night were the PA blew up twice during Huxtable's set.
No.
Only during Huxtable. So,
That sounds a wee bit shady.
2 songs in, pop, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Everything went off apart from the
Pringles.
onstage Pringles.
Oh no.
They actually were selling Pringles at the bar as well. That was it. Pringles, liquor, salt, and iron brew. But
It's a nightmare. The optics were all jammed.
you took half an hour to get a crumb.
Fucking nightmares.
To squeeze a crumb out.
No, you get it. It's like, hey, excuse me, darling. I never ordered cheese and onion.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Cheese and chives.
Love it.
Ugh.
But no, I
That's a shame.
was really pissed off because. See them on a stage like that. That's when you see them at full potential.
Aye.
Jordan
Definitely.
was using that stage. He was running about, and then the fucking stuff. And you know, the first time it broke off was Cusp on the start of fucking Cusp.
No.
And it kicked in at the very last verse. So you missed all of that soft, sensitive song in their set because of something going down. Blah blah blah. Something blew.
Yeah.
2 songs later. Okay, we're fine. Right in the middle of, if I believe right, I think it was that song Little Darling, the new one.
That's a great wee tune.
Blew again, and Jordan was on stage going, well, there's no fucking point in us fucking playing if you can't fucking hear us. And then they kind of had a wee powwow, and you went, do you know what? It's no one's fault. We'll carry on.
He's
and do you
such
know
a
what?
happy fella.
The last, no, do you know
Jordan's
what?
a nice guy,
He was
man.
clearly angry, and I would have been as well. But you know what? He then carried it off so well because they just started playing again. Then it kicked into action, and I think they played the last 2 songs maybe the best of the whole fucking set, with Attack being last, of course.
I can picture Attack being brutal from a nice one.
He put the guitar down at the end. You know, I mean, there was hundreds
So
of...
looking forward to seeing him tonight,
He
actually.
put the guitar down at the end, and it was like the feedback it created as they walked. They just left the feedback, and they walked off stage, like waving to the audience, and it created this amazing kind of wave of like.
Aye.
It all melded. I was like, this is planned, but it wasn't.
Aye.
And I said to him after the gig, I was like, mate, that feedback was incredible. He's like, I'm so glad, kind of thing. Like, wow, yeah, cheers. I was
Something
like,
worked. Woo.
It was so good.
Aye, something worked, aye.
Right,
It's obviously a bit too late to talk about Huxtable, but they're in a competition from Relentless.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
to
So
support
by now we'll
Biffy.
know if they've got it.
And they're
I
still
think
top
they're
spot.
fucking
They're still in the
that
top
is
spot.
gonna
It's
happen.
quite a tough competition, though, to be fair to them. I
is.
did have a listen. Some of them are pretty good.
Oh, aye, there's a few.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Huxtable fucking deserve it.
They do. They absolutely.
And
Thing is,
they've worked really hard since January.
See on
It echoes what we say, though. They're
see
destined
on-
for bigger things.
Oh,
See
absolutely.
on the gig on the stage last night, obviously hometown show and all that. They were standing up there and they said, "So as a few you may know, we're in the running to support Biffy Clyro. Right before they even said it, everyone just went, "Whoa!" It was fucking eruption. I was like, oh, this is...
They're off, man.
That's it. I mean, it echoes what we've said since day
I think
one.
tonight's going to be busy.
I can't wait. Halloween, you mean?
I think Halloween's just going to be a really good night.
It was a mash.
A tinny, shitty Samsung phone mash.
Yes, it was. Do you know, I don't even think it was the actual Samsung that was that bad. I think it was the fucking...
It was recorded off a phone, off a phone.
To a phone. That was just a mess, It's a fucking
There's
horrible
project.
Horrible
you
mess.
ever seen those things where it's like VCRs recorded a million times? Like,
Yeah.
just to see you should do that, like a phone recording of a phone recording of a phone recording of a phone 1,000 times.
Then call it in neutral.
That's how Steve Albini does it. He invented mobile phones before they were invented.
Well, sure,
actually,
he's skint, but Apple just stole all his ideas. Fuckers.
Tangents ahoy.
I know, sorry about that.
Tangerines.
Was something else? What else were we going to talk about? There was something else.
I'll finish the gig.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Fatherson.
Just very quickly. Mechanical Spell were up next.
How
and
were
they
they?
had their own...
It was a farewell gig.
I'm not keen on them, to be honest with you.
I'm
not keen on it.
I'm with you on that one.
I think they're good, but I think the vocals not the best.
Aye, here's where I'll get kind of political about it, and I'm not going to slag Fatherson off. It's not about slagging them off. They had probably almost as good a reaction as Fatherson did, from what I could see, because I think they'd really pushed this as a last show.
They did promote it.
Fatherson hadn't really pushed. It wasn't really their kind of. It was their hometown gig.
Yeah.
But I think with legal bindings, whatever's been going
Probably
on,
not allowed to.
their own tour just finishing.
No,
they
but
weren't pushing this
even
show.
then, as you said earlier off air, I mean, the whole Bray Head thing, they didn't push that either.
No,
I don't think they were allowed to, though.
But
I think there's a lot of things they've not been allowed to push.
I think that there's a lot going on behind closed
Yeah,
doors.
definitely. That's what I was going to say.
I mean,
I've heard a few things that I can't talk about, but I can talk about off.
Mechanical Smile sort of had fun, and they really enjoyed it, and you could tell they were kind of emotional in the sense that they could see the fan base they've got.
Yeah.
And it was nice. Fatherson came on, right, and it was obviously, it sounded fucking great. They played great, and here's where I'm going to give them a backhanded compliment, because they were really good
at what they do.
To the fault that I think there's absolutely no edge to their gig that you don't get from the album. I was watching the album, and even Claire, who loves the album, my girlfriend, she was dying to see them. We left about 6 songs in. We just went, we don't just go.
Kings of Leon are a bit like that, in that they sound fucking perfect.
And
it's not a dig at them.
If anyone, I mean, before I don't want to get away from it. Before anyone has a go at me and a future point, I heard you say that. I think they're brilliant. They're just too polished at what they do. They need to be less good live, and that's not that's a compliment to them, as obviously, but they're just not. They're too careful, I think.
They're
live.
exactly how they
They're
sound.
far too careful live.
I think it's just the case that they've been touring these songs for so long now. That it's just it's second nature. That's what it is.
Possibly.
We've seen them Brute Bog, and I've seen them the week before that as well. I literally seen, I think it was 3 weeks in a row. I've pretty much seen them, like, just the way things worked out. And I don't think I paid for one gig. But anyways, like, literally.
Always good.
Yeah, it was excellent. But I literally seen them go from, like, just in that space of like 3 weeks, because they basically played every single night almost. Because they were on tour at the beginning of the year, just with the album.
Yeah.
And you could tell they were just getting better and better and better and better. Every time you'd seen it within a week. So it's getting to a point now where, like, they're not even looking at their guitars, they're not even doing it, it's just muscle memory. Almost, you know what I mean? So they don't even need to. Like, but what happens with that is, I agree with James on that. The edge goes away, and there's no this could happen or that could happen.
That's what I mean.
Like,
there's no danger.
Aye.
There's no fear that something might be like, you might leap off that.
But again, then that's just that comes across as well as when you're just.
I don't mean
really good.
I'm not saying they should start. I just mean that I think you could tell. It's paint by numbers gig. It was flawlessly in tune. It was flawlessly sounding. Again, they've got their own sound guy, Bruce, who recorded them.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him last night, and he was relaying a few stories from the tour, and just sort of talking about how it was really tiring and having a great time and stuff like that. But again, I think at the end of the day, it becomes like a day job where it becomes so perfect that it's not quite. It's not rock and roll as I'd want it. You know.
Do you know what though? I've got to admit though, the bass player looks like the happiest guy in the world.
He looks like the happiest geography teacher you'll ever see.
I know. He wasn't wearing a beanie last night. Oh God, he took it off and the top of his head's bald. No, he's not.
He took it off. There's nothing but fucking skull. It's just like his skin is a shame. There's like a couple of bits, like some like sort of fungus that thing on there. But
do you know what I mean? He always had a fucking beanie.
Yeah,
half on, half off.
Yeah,
fucking hipster.
I know.
Fair play to them.
No, they're lovely guys, and obviously they looked like it was their hometown show, and they made a wee quip. Ross Layton said, It's like, so how are you doing, guys? Like, oh my god, like he was genuinely overwhelmed.
Totally.
And then he was kind of like, now I'll say this before I go on that line of thought, it wasn't packed. It wasn't. No, it should have been, and that's again half the folk there, even the.
Again, though, I don't
it's no saying though.
Half the folk there weren't
it's no saying
really
though.
there.
Everything in your hometown wants to see you do really well, but not better than them. And there's probably a lot of people sitting in the living rooms.
It was a lot of families.
No,
It was definitely a lot.
It
was a lot of families and sort of extended friends.
That's
Because
good,
they weren't like crazy. There was not a single bit of movement from the audience.
But
no, it was. I know. I think I seen them at the wrong gig.
But I was going to say, because the last gig I seen, in fact, the last thing I seen was
whenever Who's in Charge can't fill out a free gig, there's a problem.
Depends. It's a big place though.
But again,
it's not that big though in the Glasgow.
Do you know what? To their credit, see their fan base. Okay, it's their hometown show, but they know they'll see them again. Twin Atlantic was last night as well. I think a lot. Yeah. I reckon a couple of hundred folks chose to go to that instead.
These Twin Atlantic gigs though, I think the biggest thing that'll come out of that is the excerpts.
Oh my god! I'm so happy for the excerts that they're playing these shows. Do you like the excerts?
Alright. I'm not a big fan.
Oh, they're good. They're good.
I think it's just the fact that I think a lot of people
I've not given them a big enough chance.
They're really good.
I think what will happen is
I'm saying that, and I shouldn't say that because Craig Johnson's always been at me like them.
Get into it, man. They're fucking brilliant.
I think what will happen with those two gigs is people go, they're better than Twin Atlantic.
They are better than Twin Atlantic.
I agree.
Their new stuff. They're doing the kind of
man. I tried so hard to like Twin Atlantic. I really wanted to like them.
Doesn't matter anymore.
It's not your fault, they're wanks.
Do you know what it is? I just don't like the singer. He's a dick. He has a bona fide prick.
His voice
doesn't work.
It's not even that.
It's his voice.
It's the voice, forced. But it comes through in the voice. I think
it's forced. It's forced. That is forced. That's fucking.
And you listen to Ross Layton sing.
Yeah.
And you kind of go,
fucking
voice of an angel.
No, he really. See, for a guy that looks like Bluto from fucking Popeyes, he literally is the best singer. Like, kicking about him. He's superb. It's a stunning voice, man. Be good to get Ross Layton on, actually.
I know. You said last night.
Steven was like, get Ross on. You see him.
They weren't milling about. I could have asked Bruce. I could still ask Ross.
Do it.
Any of us could.
Yeah. Well, that's true. But
he still does the open mic.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Because I think he'd be up for it. You know, he's a really nice guy.
He'd say, I'm fucking met him at a Vicovie gig.
Holy fuck, you and him, man, should hang about. He's when people went to throw rocks at, isn't it?
No, he's a handsome bastard compared to me. I'm ruined.
Ruined?
Son.
He was at a Vicovie gig with his dad or something like that, and you're just like, that's pretty cool because I know who you are.
Me and Bolton,
his dad drove him there.
Me and Bolton got wrecked at one of their gigs one night. It was their
did you touch him inappropriately?
Oh no, it was worse than that. We basically we're pretty much standing at a bar with our dads.
Is that God? That's not.
We're pretty much standing at the bar with our dads and end up hanging about with them. Fucking being ever wrecked.
I think that's quite novel though. The fact
it's just like, what the fuck are we doing though? Like, I was like, we're going to get your... I was like, your boy's band's really good. He's like, thanks very much. Fucking, if you're strangers coming, guys like that, don't talk to me. Like,
don't talk to me, human.
Hey, fucking arsehole. But that was really... I was a great gig. I was a gig at a garage a few years back where it was Pride that supported them. But it was
were they Midnight Line?
Midnight Line, aye. Yeah.
Midnight Prides.
Midnight Prides, aye.
Pred Night Mayan.
I don't know where we can go from there.
Take old biddies. Aye, so what are we talking about now?
I don't know. The only thing I had
we're going to say, obviously the gig's past now, but we're going to see a fantastic... Well, I was going to say the band, but what's the band called? It's Ross Layton's little brother, the drummer, that was played for... He's drumming that band.
See,
for the band tonight?
Last week.
Which reminds me, see the band, the drummer...
He played for...
I know who that James. His name's James.
Is he? Oh, he played for Fatherson for their radio session.
Yeah, I remember that. Is that a pretty good drummer, actually?
What's the other band the drummer for CARNIVORES in? Is it Prestamico or something like that? Or is it... They're a more kind of poppy band than CARNIVORES.
Are you thinking about So Many Animal Calls?
That's the one.
No, he's not the drummer for them anymore.
But he's in a video.
Is it a new video, though?
No, he's not. 2 months ago, something like that.
They've got a new drummer.
Right.
Because they've been playing recently.
He's young, but he's shit hot.
Is that the ginger guy?
Yeah, the kind of curly hair. Yep.
He played for... they supported... Fuck, who did they support?
So Many Animal Calls. It was Fatherson.
It was fucking fire, right enough it was.
He's not in them anymore.
Right. He's a good drummer.
Do you know why? Because they were rubbish.
Goody, as it was called. Well, see, It is what it is.
Although the bass
No,
player
it was
for
a-
Carnival-
I'm not a fan of them.
I only seen it live, and it was a mess. It was a
Right.
total mess. I was at the.
You said the drummer was the only thing that was good.
I
You
actually
said
said
that
he was
to me.
fucking brilliant.
That's what you said to
Because
me.
I'd seen him playing with Carnivores, and I was like, holy fuck.
I know you.
No, but I was more a kind of case of, thank fuck, good, because you are way too good.
Goody that played with Carnivores left because he's got a family now, so he kind of. Yeah, he was a good drummer though. But it was. It
Aye, he's
wasn't.
a good job as well, aye.
This new guy's good. Aye, he's good.
Oh yes. Although the bass player for Carnivore scares me a little bit.
The teacher, the lecturer.
No way.
He's a lecturer.
It just says that there's one.
He's a music lecturer for
Yeah.
for
Lectures in horror.
for Ayrshire. Not Ayrshire.
If you want to murder someone and get away with it,
what do you call
Do you know
it?
what's really weird? I actually prefer Carnivores doing their acoustic stuff.
Kenny was really good at Quinny's Leaving
Yeah, I
Night.
was really surprised at that.
Kenny's just a great guitarist, songwriter guy.
Yeah,
He's brilliant.
like I really like that, but I'm not like the biggest Carnivores fan, which is weird.
Live,
Live, I can't wait. I think they're going to be
Oh,
great.
no, they are good
Do you know
live.
what's really weird though?
But
They're
they-
kind of they remind me of Timbercam a wee bit. There's wee elements there. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like
What's funny is when
the older stuff I'm talking about, like
what's funny is when I first sort of became friends with Kenny, was because they supported us on a gig at the 13th Note. Funnily enough, was it 2007 when we just finished writing our first album, and we became friends. It was like, hey man, we both kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, true.
And they were called, I don't even know if you know, they were called the
Timbercam too?
The Kenny Leckies. Oh, the Timbercam too.
aye.
Kenny's in a boy band as well, is he not? I can't think what they're called.
Soundtrack to the summer.
Ooh.
Soundtrack to
Breaking news,
something.
boys. Cream bassist Jack Bruce has died at age 71.
Jack Bruce is dead.
Oh no.
Oh no way, man. What a legend.
Clapton will do another wanky tour now.
It was weird though. He was found. He was
Very-
found with a strange brew in his hand.
I think
Iron.
his suicide note said something about touching kids.
Oh no!
No.
Literally,
Celebrity beast.
he's not even cold yet. No, do you know, interesting. Speaking of Timbercam,
Tidbit.
Ian, our bass player, his old flat in Glasgow, the couch that was in that flat once belonged to Jack Bruce. Isn't that bizarre?
That is kind of odd.
No, it's a very strange bit of trivia.
All right,
And then Jack Bruce is a bit of a hero of Ian's a bit as well. So
That's
So-
sad news.
That's where he used to touch him.
sorry about the last few seconds there.
Yeah, sorry man.
I hope your arsehole's feeling better now. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we all know what those crusty bits in your couch are.
Oh fucking hell!
Bits
we
of your
told you,
arse.
we told you it'd be unbroadcastable.
Yes.
Aye. I think we've been quite tame considering how fucking drunk we're getting.
Yep.
And this has been the longest single podcast
Ever.
ever.
Aye. That's like we started recording at like
This will
3
just-
o'clock.
this-
It's now 5 o'clock.
To be fair though, there was about 10 minutes of unbroadcastable. I
Aye,
was
so
going,
it's
it
still
doesn't work now.
almost 2 hours of
I
nonsense.
thought I still had loads to talk about. Is it?
Aye. The only thing I had down that I put in our message earlier was
ICW's coming up.
bands who change members. But I don't,
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I don't give a shit about that anymore.
Aye, because we've already
no.
talked about carnivals.
Biff-
See what I done there?
But if anyone's going to ICW this weekend, I'm doing that Loch Lomond song.
Yeah, you are.
Aye. Oh my god.
And there's an NHC advert in their magazine, so buy the magazine.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought that as well. That's brilliant.
Paid for by this bell end.
That's really nice of you.
He's pointing at nothing.
He's pointing at
I'm
nothing.
pointing at my penis.
He's pointing at his fucking empty vessel that is his cock.
Aye.
Oh, you used that phrase before with something.
It's like a fucking it's like a fucking windsock. You just go.
Oh god.
Have we talked about bands that change members before? It sort of
I
rang
didn't
a bell.
really know what you were talking about with that. What did you mean with
Well,
that?
like, obviously, Malcolm Young's gone for AC/DC, and they've replaced him with Son, I think.
Oh, I didn't know they'd replaced
That's
him.
cool that they've replaced him with his son.
Something
That's
like
kind of
that,
nice.
and obviously
That he can, and then he can slowly die a horrible death on
No, he'll
AC/DC as
outlive
well.
them all, and
Oh.
he'll be the only original member of ACD. Wait a minute. No.
Wait a minute.
you
Or
wanna
maybe
hear-
they're just, it's not actually son, they've just cloned him.
Aye, do you want to hear a joke about Alzheimer's?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Too soon?
Nearly spat beer into the fucking
Don't
mug.
know, could be, I don't know.
Oh, fucking, I
I
watched...
thought soon hadn't happened yet.
This is probably... This should
Shouldn't be just
probably
the-
be
just
cut
the
out, but I
soon.
watched Frankie Boyle's Last Days I Saw Them. He does a joke about Alzheimer's. What a
He
fucking
does.
guy.
He does. He
Aye,
does.
he's a funny-
I watched
funny
that.
man.
And it's
I
not
watched
our
that
joke
recently.
about Alzheimer's.
No.
My
I
favourite.
forgot what it is now as well.
What's your
No.
favourite Frankie Boyle? What's your favourite? Oh no! What's your
Oh,
favourite Frankie Boyle sketch?
Sketch?
Well, like skit, you know.
I can never remember them, honestly, until I hear. I love the one he done. It's a really stupid one, but remember the one about that guy, not the art attack guy, Smart? He
Yeah.
done a thing.
Mark
He's like,
Spate.
Mark Spate! He's like, it was just so funny. He was like, He's like, they found this suicide note, you know, it was dead sad, you know, it was all spaghetti and glitter, and it's like, fucking hell. Because I remember, like, they fucking get hung. It was up here in London, like,
it was like 10 minutes after he'd done it as well.
It was really soon after he died.
Do you know what, like, my favourite one is, and it's a pure random story, that's right. So when he's talking about, like, he's like, I remember, like, every weekend I would go to my grandfather's, and I would go up to the loft, he would make me have sex with this mermaid. And
is this the thing with the box? He says something like that?
Aye, and he's like,
he's talking to the guy in the front row.
Aye, he's like, I kept having sex with this mermaid every weekend. Mermaid. Every weekend. And I enjoyed it, I liked it, because it was a mermaid. And it would grant me wishes, and it made me powerful in it. And then so later on, he's like that when my grandfather passed away. I went up the loft and I found that box. I'd forgotten about it. I found the box and all his memories come back to me. I rolled it up, a skeleton. And what I found in there? I found a skeleton of a dead monkey with its legs sewn together. I don't know why I like that so much, but that story's phenomenal.
That's the last thing he says in that show, and it's he's like, tell you what,
it's the way he does it. It's just,
I tell you what life's about, son. It's because he's telling a sad story.
And it's as if his pure heart feels low, and he's like, no, they found there.
That was fucking
a dead monkey with its legs sewn together. Oh, fuck's sake.
Unreal.
Oh no, was it not him and his grandfather would take turns each of having sex with it?
Or something like that,
Right, so anyway, we've pretty much run out of things to talk about because we're getting too drunk now, being honest with you. And we just want to talk shite, so we're going to off
next
air.
week, hopefully zero feedback.
Yes.
Yeah, man, yep.
We're really looking forward to it. No Colin, though, next week. Oh.
No me for the next few weeks.
You're off for about a month or something.
Well, if you guys...
He's in prison.
I'm in prison, I've been caught dogging again.
Finally.
No, me and Jamie...
broken feet in court, yeah.
Yeah, broken feet, aye. Glass souls. But I saw we're fucked up going on.
No, I don't know where you're going with that.
I don't know.
Glass jaw.
I am not going to be here for a few weeks.
Oh.
Because I'm off to Liverpool, and then for a few days, then
Tuna Asia.
Yep, and then I'm away to
Fishy Asia.
Tunisia.
Awesome.
You'll bring us back some lovely spores to breathe in.
Yeah. You guys enjoy enjoy the wake of fire, fuckers. That's a really nice restaurant.
Chinese disease.
I mean, it's all the fashion just now, that Ebola.
I know. All the cool kids have got
it. If you don't have it, I know you're just not cool enough. You can't hang out with us. No coming into play.
No, Ebola cast.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Sounds like a pasta dish.
On that rather depressing note.
Thanks for listening. No. Listen, guys, see you later on, man. Have a safe night tonight, actually, if you're out on Galoshians. Here's a word for you, Galoshians. Anybody ever use Galoshians? The word Galoshians?
Not since the 70s.
And make sure if you're going to shag someone, make sure they are actually,
in a costume.
I don't know where I was going with that. Fuck it, bye!
Bye.
See you later on, guys. Thanks for listening.
Time was on your side, but you got caught and you can't too late. And now they want you anyway. They want you dead. They want you dead. She said, I can never love tried to get away with it. The time was on your side. You got caught in UK, hey, too late. And now they want you anywhere. They want you there. They want you there.
You can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud and women warm. I've been kicked around since I was born. It's alright, it's okay. You can look the other way. We can try to understand. New York Times affect all man. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a lover, you're staying alive, staying alive. See the city breaking and everybody shaking and staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Oh yeah. Woo. Whoop. Yeah. Baby, I get low and I get high when I can't get either. Fucking really try. Got the wings of heaven on my shoes. I'm a dancing man and I just can't lose. It's alright, it's okay. You can look the other way. We can try to understand. New York Times affect all man. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a lover, you're staying alive, staying alive. See the city breaking and everybody shaking and staying alive, staying alive. Whoa, oh, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Oh, 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 staying alive. Oh, yeah.
children.